In July 1969, as the world watched Apollo 11 land on the moon, the Soviet Union was hiding something enormous. A rocket taller than a 30-story building, the N-1, designed to send cosmonauts to the moon before the Americans. But seconds after launch, it exploded with the force of a small nuclear bomb. This is the story of the rocket that almost rewrote space history. When the U.S. announced Apollo, the USSR refused to surrender. Inside the remote Baikonur Cosmodrome, Soviet engineers worked under total secrecy. Their goal was to outpace NASA and land a man on the moon first. The result was the N-1, 110 meters tall, 2,700 tons of steel and fuel. It was humanity's most ambitious rocket ever built outside the United States. Unlike the American Saturn V, which used 5 huge engines, the N-1's first stage carried 30 small ones. It was a daring design, but a dangerous one. The Soviets never had a test stand powerful enough to fire all engines together. Every launch was a gamble, each one a live test. And the smallest error could destroy everything. The first launch came in February 1969. It rose for just a few seconds before an engine failed. The rocket fell back onto the pad and exploded. The second launch followed in July, just days before Apollo 11. A single loose bolt triggered a chain reaction. The entire rocket erupted mid-air, releasing more energy than the largest conventional bomb ever detonated. It was the biggest non-nuclear explosion in human history. The third and fourth launches ended the same way, in fire and failure. 4 rockets, 4 disasters, and 4 reasons for the Soviet leadership to bury the entire program. After the final explosion, the Kremlin ordered silence. Documents were sealed, footage destroyed, and engineers were told never to speak of the N-1 again. For 2 decades, the world had no idea the Soviets had even tried. The greatest failure of the space race was erased from history. If the N-1 had worked, the Soviet Union might have landed on the moon first. They had lunar landers ready, trained cosmonauts standing by, and even plans for a permanent base on the moon's surface. All of it vanished with the N-1's failure, but its legacy didn't die. When engineers at SpaceX designed Starship, they studied the N-1's clustered engine layout, learning from the rocket that failed so the next generation could succeed. The N-1 never left Earth, but its story still echoes through every rocket launched today. Sometimes the path to space is written not in success, but in the wreckage of what could have been.